right. Yo. Any devils out there? I'll give it a few more. Hey, there we go. Who's that? God, it looks like Mark Knopfler. Klopfer. Mark Knopfler, one of my favorite guitar players of all time, from Dire Straits. Just at a distance, because the screen that I have to push off to the right to see the chat is way off to the side. Maybe it's my vision. Welcome. We'll get started here in another couple of minutes. I usually wait 2-3 minutes, let people join us. Oh, another 2. What do I got here? Mostly, it looks like it's mostly crypto. Oh God, it's almost all crypto. There's got any trads here? George gave us the SPX, but other than that, it's all crypto, I think. It truly makes no difference to me. A chart to chart, they all trade the same way. Okay, let's see. We'll start at 2 more minutes. We'll go. All right. Okay. Kind of a weird week. I think all just a big setup for tomorrow. Market's down today. In my view, that's just positioning for the upswing tomorrow. We there yet? There we go. Oh, okay, let's get started. 1:30. There's 11:34. All right, guys. Here we go. Let me get rid of the disclaimer. Oh, let's see. Are we good here? Yeah. Okay. We look like we're good here. All right, now if I sound a little weird today, this is something I never thought I'd be saying in 2025. I'm on the tail end of another bout of COVID. You can fucking believe that. Last 4 or 5 days have been kind of brutal for me. Both my wife and I probably got it at our place where we work out last week. I don't know. It's just apparently it's going around again. So be warned if you start feeling shitty. I just happen to have some old test kits left over from 21, 22, when the last time I had it. Just as nasty to get. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so first up here, it's interesting here. We'll start with the SPX. This is from a member of my team. This is George, who, I always like his work. It's always a little bit different, right? I just like the way he approaches the market. So we've got a full. I think what he gave me actually was a monthly. So we're going, and he's referencing Bob Prechter over at Elliott Wave International. Oh, they are the keeper of the flame of Elliott Wave. So this idea, good God, we're putting Wave 5 up. It's fucking kind of crazy to think we'd be going 34, 50,000. But, 7, 8, 9,000 was pretty crazy, not too long ago. So let's go back to a weekly here where we can get some context here. This looks a little bit more manageable. Now, of course, I know, right? This is something I point out on a pretty regular basis. So here's your corner pocket. This has kind of become one of my signature trades. We still have not made that median line, right? 80% probability we get there. Sure looks like it's going to get there eventually. That would be what, 7,500? Nothing says we have to stop when we get there, right? It's just that's a reasonable target, right? Because the algos will use it, right? So if we get up to this target here, that 7,500, and if the wave count fits with it, right? So 1, 2, 3, there's COVID low for the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get to the point where you go, well, why would you assume it wouldn't get there? Right, given the context, given the Elliott count, given the corner pocket, the target to the median line, would you bet against that? Probably not. Now, God, is it going to be 50, 75 right now? What's the rate cut that's coming? It's certainly coming. Right, they've done everything they could to make sure that it's going to happen. So we are going to get the rate cut. Now, it's likely already factored into the market, right? So any sort of surprise and anything that deviates from the market's expectation, it's okay, right? It's, again, 80% is not 100%, but right now that certainly looks promising that we'd get up here and get that median line tag. If I take it down to the daily here, we can get even more precise with this and look into this count. Now this is he wants this out of log. Again, I'm referencing George's notes here. So 1, here's the 2. Here's the COVID low, 1, 2, 3, kind of a funky little finish up there. 4, good. Things that don't happen randomly, right? We talk about this a lot, right? So here, no overlap there. Promise you, right? That's not because somebody stepped in there and bought it. That's because machines stepped in there and bought it. And now here we've got these upper targets here. This would be our median line target. I expanded a little bit from what George had originally. So if we look here, do we have? Oh, that looks like it's a perfect 50. It is. Again, things that do not happen randomly. I promise you that. So if we get up here, that would be 67. Here's here's all the way up to the median line. So there's plenty of legs here for this to keep going. And certainly given, of course, we're all watching the entire AI revolution transform pretty much everything, every industry. Some are going to benefit, some are going to be hurt, of course. A lot of jobs are going to go away, so people are going to have to deal with that. And not to digress, but off of the chart. But 1, 2, 3, 4. There's been almost no pullback in this. So that's the one thing that kind of would give you a little point of, okay, well, we had the break of structure here, so no pullback at all. We're just going to grind. That shouldn't be shocking if we did something like that. But can you trade off of that? Well, it's difficult because, as they say, bull markets, they climb a wall of worry. There's been the tariff worry and the inflation worry and the job market worry, but we just grind. So it makes it challenging, particularly at these higher time frames, to put together a trade plan. A retrace is always healthy for the market. You look here and you go, oh my God, the sky is falling, but we're talking about a perfect retrace, right? Hindsight, right? I understand that, but certainly looking here, when you see that, that's a bit of a tell, right? The only opportunity you had was that little retrace here into that wave 2, but it's just been grind. So it makes it hard to put on a position for a long term. I mean, that kind of push from where we are to get up to that median line just in a straight line seems less and less likely, even if you go down to a 4. Right? There's just been this is the deepest pullback we've had all the way. Now we're wrapping up earnings seasons. Congratulations to Larry Ellison, now the richest man on the planet. Well, I mean, other than Vladimir Putin, of course, who nobody knows his wealth, but I guarantee it's more than. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. So what do we have up here? Right? So we've got just this grinding channel here. There's just no signs of any break. So just does it happen like this? Yes, but again, my view would be any sort of retrace would be opportunity. Hard to buy up at all-time highs. Very hard, right? It's hard for me to do it. But that said, I think we're all the way down. Let's see if we can go to an hourly, and if we get any sort of insight. 3, even the 4 is a bit of a wag. Where are we going to find it? Let's see, some intraday trading methodology. Okay, well, we'll get there. Let's see who that is. Carter, are you asking about that with regards to to intraday on the S&P or just in general? I'll let you reply because I know there's a little bit of a lag. The thing about that, Carter, I mean, there's 2 sides of my business. One is the educational side here where we teach this longer term methodology. It's really suited to 60 minutes and above. If you're interested in day trading, which, we have a very active day trading community over on the indicator side of the business, that's pretty much all we do over there is very short term intraday trading. Right? Because in the futures market, nobody trades their own money anymore. 99% of all of our clients are trading prop firms. So if you're interested in that, TradeDevils-indicators.com would be where you'd find those resources. And then that's a separate YouTube channel. So not sure what you're thinking about there, Carter. But so anything you're going to see today, this is swing trading. It's to some degree, right? That's kind of a buzzkill for people that are looking for, the action, because often what we're looking at here are things that could take days, if not weeks, to set up or realize. Right? So if you came for the short-term day trading, it may not be the right stream for you. Just, heads up, right? Don't want you to waste your time or be disappointed. Anything that we do here with our methodology is always going to be most effective 60 minutes and higher, because that's where the wave counts, right? You don't get caught up in the noise. Right, you start to see the counts appear on 60 minutes and above, which you see here. I'm down to the 1 minute here. Right, we started at the monthly, actually, down to the one hour. Can you label this? Well, it's kind of it's a bit of a guesstimate here, right? If we're doing some sort of could be some sort of a wedge type of a triangle here. If this has got legs to go up here and get to this, well. It's not like they do it in a straight line, as you get down to these smaller degrees, but you could see something like this pretty easily. Now, what changes that? Well, there's always the unforeseen. There's no shortage of potential unforeseen acts that could happen here. Now, this is the SPX, right? So, and then keep in mind, the other way to approach this is not trading the futures market, you trade the options market, which tends to be what I would do if I were trading this. Looking for shorter term stuff. Okay, that said, let me get off of this, right? Because not everybody here is here for intraday trading. And as just a reminder, all the content on these live streams comes from the members, right? I don't pick anything, and I try and kind of look how they're approaching the methodology that we're teaching within our Discord and with our belt system. We want to see how they're managing their approach and their understanding of what we're teaching, and often with the benefit of sitting through a live stream or watching or scrolling through it at the end, how most people are just going to scroll right to the assets that interest them. I want you to kind of go through the whole process, right? So that's why I don't do them in advance. I do them on the fly, because that's what you're going to do. You're going to pull up an asset and go, okay, well, let's see, how can I, is there an edge somewhere for me here? That's really all you're trying to decide. Is there some place here where you can see even the slightest edge to warrant putting money at risk? So with that said, thanks for that, George. It's really nice work. Very, very detailed. He got every swing, right? That builds conviction. It's a bit of a wag as to where the 4 is. Right here seems to be where we stalled before. Now we grind higher, get the rate cut. If they do something big, right? It's always a little bit of a mix, like, oh God, they're doing 50. Well, what do they know that we don't? or it's like, well, they're so late. Well, of course they have to do 50. So, tomorrow will be a real tell on that. Okay, I'm going to move on. Thanks again, George. Racecar K-Pack is giving me Sky. We're going over to crypto. Sky to the dollar tether. Now, oh shit, I guess whenever I leave a trade open on a live stream, I almost always get stopped up. Yep, I did. New low. Okay, right, that's not here nor there. That's a little day trade. Okay, so this is Sky to the dollar tether. I really like the way you're building the methodology with the median lines here. It's very well done. The Elliott count, I think we talked about this a little bit last week. The way you have it labeled here, I see what you're trying to do. If you're applying strict Elliott Wave here, and I'm not a purist, but there's certain things that you would. So if you put this up, and posted this as an Elliott count, you'd have a whole lot of Elliottians would kind of jump on you saying, okay, well, it can't be a diag, right? Because a diag would be a series of threes. So you're going impulse into a. Well, it's probably WXY, but into the three-wave correction here. Then you're going into another 5 here, but this is not an impulse, right? So even if you like the 1-2, you can't get an impulse in here, even to finish. So sometimes when it's this messy, it can be a little easier to go to a line chart. So, again, not to disrespect the work that you're putting into this, but you couldn't label it that way and call it a valid impulse. Because it's not, right? So you're not getting impulses here. But what you could do, Jesus, you probably have to do, this is probably a triangle here, something along these lines here, so you can get the ABCs of what you'd be looking for in a diag like this, right? Now, and why it's pretty hard to ignore the hard overlap of the one wave here, which is why you'd be now rethinking it. Oh, perhaps I've got a diag here. When it's that bumpy and choppy like this, often a line chart is a good way to approach it. Even this is a little bit of a stretch. You overlap again, right? So you're getting so much overlap here, and that's characteristic of a diag, right? There's no clear winner, right? You've got all this overlap here as bulls and bears are fighting back and forth. So while we do have a trend, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high. It's all the chop in between makes them more difficult to trade. If one thing that you might note here, and it looks like you may have gotten this. Well, let's go back to get our absolute low here. Not quite on. But when you're looking at a diag, if you're looking for the wave 4, often you want to check the length of the start of wave 1 through the pivot of wave through, looking for a test around the 50. Right, the golden zone is a bit deeper than you'd like because you need a big kick to get up to that 5th. And then note here as well, you wouldn't want to label this as an impulsive structure. You'd be looking for something like this, right? If this is going to be your A, you'd be looking for your B and your C like that. Now, does the market have some obligation to do that? Of course not. But if we're applying Elliott Wave, that's how you might restructure that and just think of it a little bit differently, right? So a 5 is a 5, right? It's just how they subdivide. So can it stay as a 5 here? Well, what would that be, right? We're on a 4-hour. You start to think, oh, okay, if this is 1, 2, 3, deep 4, and we're going up and we're going to do this through a 5, what'd you complete? Well, likely, right? If it's a diag like this, you'd be thinking wave 1. Complete that, and then you'd start your deeper correction into the wave 3. Now, we're getting way out in time. That's a lot to forecast when all you've got is, okay, maybe I've got an A wave here, maybe. This, it's already getting threatened down below. Where's the liquidity? Well, that obviously, right, is just, hanging there, but a pretty good reaction to it. So I'd look for the A, some sort of a B here. But just in the broader context of applying the Elliott Wave, as we would encourage you to, look for a series of 3s. Okay. The geometry use, right, is excellent. Did you get a gold in here? You might have. Not quite. But point being, once you get a corner here, as a matter of fact, it looks like that would have hit. Come here. Oh, you're locked. That's why. Can I get original? Yeah. Well, it didn't quite get there. Thought you might have gotten there. So I understand why going to the shift. Shift, good for correction, right? Because you're not expecting something impulsive. So you get your median line almost faster than you want it. That's the trade-off, right? It's not the same 80% in a correction, but it can be good guidelines, as you see here, right? It's a little bit on the outside, to the other side, back to the median line. So we got that one. Okay, so thanks for that one, Race Car K-Pack. Okay, now I got MK 1988. I always wonder, is that 1988? Is that the year you were born? Year you graduated high school? No, 88. Well, that may be a year you're born. Okay, so he's looking at QNT. Let's see what he's got here. So let's get that up here. One sec. Which indicator is that? Let's see. Paola. Oh, shit, man. You're talking about which indicator? You're talking about the median lines? Is that what you mean? Indicator? I'm not sure what you meant by that. I think you've got to be talking about median lines. Yeah, those are just the standard. If you reply, I'll see if I can catch what you're after. Ugh. Can you tell I've been sick for a week? Literally, I was shocked when I took the test. I was like, are you kidding me? I've got COVID 2025. What the well, that's what I got. Okay, I'm gonna pull that off. Oh, let's see. What are we doing? Oh, that's okay. We'll do that. Why do I have so much? Let's pull back here a little bit. Okay, love the volume profile. That's kind of wide. Jesus, where do you have that? Oh, you're drawing it. I see what you did. I just want to make it smaller. Let's cut that down to 10. Okay, there we go. All right, so we get the point always of the volume profile is to get where the value area is, right? Where's the market defining fair price, right? Point of control. Most people agree on fair price there. And then if this is, rounding at 70% of the price action, 68 point, just round it up to 7. So if 70% of the price action is here, right, if we get outside of it, then you have the potential for one of two things is happening. Either you have an opportunity for the market to be undervalued or overvalued, or the market is going to revalue if it spends enough time up there and find in price discovery, this can push up or push down where the market will reestablish a new sense of value or a new range of value. As it sits here right now, you're again, more opportunity would be on the buy side than the sell side. Just like up here, this would be a really poor place to be a buyer. Regardless of what you see on the chart, just statistically, if 70% of the price action is here, you're saying, oh, I want to buy it on the assumption that we're going to keep going here well past the statistical odd, right? Oh, there's a high volume node here. Maybe that's what you're after. But I mean, it literally is almost to the tick, right? So that's the value of a value area, right? You kind of, maybe it'll get you to pause a little bit before you chase something. Now, point of control is not always a great place to enter the market because you have no edge there. It can be a great target, but not a great place. Now, sometimes, you'll get something, it'll go up and then it'll come back and it can be a bounce location, but you're taking a little more risk in here because you have no particular edge, right? You're just right at fair value. So what's your edge? Well, then maybe there's context in there, maybe at a smaller time frame. Let's go down. Oh shit, what did he give me? I think he gave me a 4 hour. Let's go down to a 4 hour. Okay, is the Elliott count here helpful, right? So first question is, always, is there a clear count here that I can wrap my head around that gives me something to work with here? So the idea that we're coming off of a low with an impulse. Oh shit. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Hard to argue with that. And you can see we finish, right? Foundational to Elliott Wave is that good wave counts begin and end in 5s, period. Right? So here's a nice 5 corrected by a 3. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. We were looking for another 5, but we don't get it, right? So now looking at it here, you have to adapt, right? Because when you're here, you're thinking, oh shit, it's going to be 1, 2. but it doesn't take the right, you don't get the right price action. So it would give you pause here to think, oh, 1, 2, oh, that doesn't look like a 1. What's the alternate, right? And that's the value of Elliott Wave, is you have this decision matrix that can guide you, right? Oh, if that's not an impulse, what's the, if not this, then what? Well, if it's not an impulse, right, could this be just part of a larger correction? Well, we have 3 down here. This, well, that's tricky as well. No, let's see. I might do it here, right? Because this looks like classic triangle here. Into the B here. Now, can you get out of that with a, oh shit, it doesn't even really matter. I don't know that it does, right? So we have 3, 3. Now can we come down for the 5? So what he's basically laid out here, and this is nice work. It's nice work, MK 1988. 3, 3. Now we're going into a 5. Now, so we'd have a running flat here, right? So 3, 3, 5, right? It's a running flat with an expanded B. And where are we, right? Well, we're at high volume node. Looks like we're at a 50 from, let's see. So did we get gold? Looks like we did. So here, let me get it here. So from this low, I'm just going to show what he's already got. Oh no, let's see. Where is he? There he is. Okay. So he's pulling from low to high. It looks like there was another potential. Let's get that back here. There was something here. Didn't quite get to golden right here. And then we go into the expanded B. Let's get that one off since that's come and gone. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So if we're gonna end a diag like that, we need to do it in a series of 3s. Right. So for an ending diag like that would be critical. Now for more strict labeling, you'd want to have 3, 3, 3, 3, and then A, B, C, D, E. Or excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish this. So are we at a location here where there's opportunity? Well, again, you're smack dab in the middle. So edge, well, let's go to the 1. Likely you're stuck with, oops, you're stuck with this as an ABC for the 3. It's not great. A, B, C for the 4. Looks like you're good. Let's dig in there a little bit further and take this up a degree so we can see it better. Let's put that in white. 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C. Let's see now. We got to be mindful of 3 being the shortest. So if that's the 3 and that's the 4, yeah, okay. Oh, so he's already done it. Well done, well done. So we have invalidation here, where this is where 3 would be the shortest, which we can't have. I mean, you know, when I say that, right? If you're applying Elliott Wave, right, you wouldn't label that the 3 is the shortest wave. 1, 2, possibly you could put the 3 down here and this be your 4. But he's looking for it to finish. So here's the pull from the 4 through this. Golden. Looks like that's just wick, right? So where's the target down here? I see what he's doing, right? So he's going A into the B here, where we get the little pocket here, and then coming down. He's trying to finish it in 5. That's well done, right? It's nice work. So I do it here. 1, 2, 3. Now 4's got to go up here, right? Because it's likely it's changed from when he drew it. Let's get that out of there. So here's the final finish. My guess is this is a change from when he posted the chart. So we're losing that a little bit here, that diag structure. There, I guess you're still there. Remember, we want to look for the 4 in a diag. We want to look for the start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3, looking for the 50. So good, right here would be your target, but your target is going to be right where your invalidation is. So careful there. Well, let's put that in green so we can see it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, you have a nice setup here. You'd have a sweep of that liquidity, right? So you know there's stops here, right? Anyone who longed it here, there's stops. Which is why pivots, right, are always their targets, right? Because that's where we're all taught to put our stops. So, you know, retail, of course, is going to put their stop there. We correct in a 3. Anything to do? Well, you know, I think longer term, he's looking for the setup for the long rather than to, you know, if you wanted, who was my Carter asking about intraday stuff. Well, you know, certainly the risk reward here is not terrible. If you want to take a short here, you might want to see that retrace a little bit. You don't want to get that invalidation, so your max would be right about here. I mean, 4 to 1. Would I take that? No, I wouldn't. Because again, it's not. There's no reason, right? I'd wait for this, right? Come down here, don't invalidate, and then give me a reaction. Now, you know, you get remember, it's got to do something, right? It can't just be, oh, it popped, oh, I get long. That's a recipe for a disaster, and that's what. Trust me, I did that for years, right? Because I was always very focused on being able to pick the turn, which was just, you know, a lot of time, a lot of money wasted doing that. You don't ever need to pick the turn. Never is there a reason to do it other than your own ego, which was my problem, right? I thought, oh, I can do it. You don't need to do it, but you got to remember that to confirm the low, it's got to do something. It's got to sweep a high. Otherwise, you run this risk, right? And this happens to people all the time. It used to happen to me. Right? You think, oh, I got it. Oh, it didn't do anything. Oh, new low. Oh, well, that's it for sure. Oh, it didn't do anything, right? And this can just keep going, right? It's got to do something. It's got to break. You got to get some either inducement, change, whether you want to call it inducement, change state of delivery, sweeping a high, a high, all of a sudden breaking the lower low, lower high. You got to break something and then come back. That's when you have potential for that to turn into something, right? But you've got to get this structure break. Now you can look at that and say, well, how is that going to fit into the LA wave count? Well, in this particular example, right? I'm ignoring where the count is. I'm just showing you this example. You don't want to just take it just because you got a reaction. It's got to do something. Now that can be on a smaller degree. You could be down in a 5 minute, something somewhere. It's got to show you that something significant has happened. Otherwise, what do I got? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Right? You don't trust me. I wouldn't take time to try and warn you on that. I'm here to try and help you, not gloat over my success. My success is only because of all the failure I had, right? So you learn from doing, and I can just trust me on this. You don't ever need to pick the turn. The money is made in the middle 70% of a move, not at the lows, not at the edges. Right? And that's directly from Paul Tudor Jones, not from me, right? So again, don't take my word for anything. Look back at your charts. Is this potential? Yeah, right? So put an alert down here. Yeah, well, I'd want to get long in QNT, but I'm going to wait until something significant, because pull back here. Really, you're going to fuck around down here for 7 or 8 cents when the potential is that you could blow yourself up down here to where and what'll happen is you'll try it, get stopped out 3 times, and then the move comes and you don't do, oh fuck, I tried, I didn't get it. So all of this potential here, right? If this is potential going up here for something like this, and you're going to fuck yourself down here over a few, I was going to look good on my X feed. This is where you make your money. Here, right? Wave 3, if you can get one, or the C wave, depending on what it is. That's why in our purple belt, we only let you trade season 3s to build that discipline. That's why we do it. And why did I insist that we did it that way is because of all the time that I was the asshole trying to pick the turn. It's just a waste of time and energy and money. You don't ever need to do it. Once again, why I would take you back to higher time frames, right? So you can get some perspective, because you get down here on the one and you think, oh man, look at this great trade I made. Oh shit. I went from 98 to 99. Big fucking whoop. Right? When you're up here at 126, right, then you got something to talk about. Where are we up here? 148, 150. Don't be that guy, right? And I only say it because I used to be that guy. Okay, nice work, MK1988. But it's a green banana, right? It's not ripe yet. Get it on your watch list. Keep an eye out for it. Set some alerts down here. If it invalidates, right? You got to reconsider. Okay, this one scares me a little bit. Sony 99, because it's all in, I think that's, is that Chinese? It might be Chinese. No, it's Korean. Okay, so let me try this. Okay, so let me see. I don't know what I'm going to get here, but we'll see what I get. Hopefully it's not all in Korean. Oh, white screen, just a warning. Right? Oh, well, it looks like some very nice work here. But just a heads up. Oh, at least it's not a bright white. It's a soft white. So this is dot to tether. Oh, well, I like what I see here, Sony 99. Obviously, he spent some time learning Elliott Wave. So welcome aboard, right? This is very nice. This just for the, God, this just gives me a hard on. I love to see this, right? Someone who's took the time to nail every pivot, right? See, what you might look at that and go, well, who fucking cares about over here when the market's over here? This is called building conviction, right? This is how you build conviction in a trade, right? You nail, fuck, son of a bitch. He's got every one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So, but interestingly, right, because you would have thought, oh, it's got to be an impulse, right? Got to be. Turns out, maybe not. Is that an ABC that corrects? Kind of looks that way. So, again, you wouldn't have known that here. You're thinking, oh, holy shit, 1, 2, 3, this thing's going, right? Then here comes the correction now. Oh, something else is happening. Right, which is why it's always so ridiculous when people comment like, "Oh, well, your LA count was wrong. You were wrong." I say this every week. It's not about being right or wrong. No, it's about being profitable, right? So you can be wrong and you will be way more than you're right. Well, I don't care who you are. You're gonna be wrong when you're right. Right? If you can't accept that, you're in the wrong business. You got to embrace that. Okay, I know I'm gonna be wrong more than I'm right. So how do I make money? Well, it's just a math problem, right? When you're right, you got to make more than when you're wrong because you're going to be wrong more than when you're right. So how do you build that kind of conviction, right? You've got to work through something like this. Obviously, he spent a shitload of time on this. Otherwise, he's been tracking it at the beginning. My guess is, right, he just did the work. It's beautiful work. So coming down here, I'm gonna take this up and change it. Let me brighten this up here. So these are different colors for me. Oh, that's got to go darker. Let's do, how about a blue? Okay, so 1, 2. You got 1 degree here you didn't get. You missed. All right, so let's see if we can get it. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so you just left off one of the degree. You got every wave. You just didn't get where are we? That would be subminuet. Okay, let's change that color. Oh, I need darks here. How about a purple? Okay, so I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful, right? Beautiful, right? Remember, we begin and we end in 5s. Look at that beautiful ending in a 5. So what did we complete there? Looks like the 3. 1, 2. Now that 2, you might be some dispute amongst Elliotticians, right? Because look at the size of the 2. Let's go with it, right? So here's again another nice ending in the 5. So now we've broken that. So whatever that was, right, was not the low, right? Remember, we begin and we end in 5. So we began something here. Here's the 5, right? So if we're coming down here, what did we start? Where did we begin? Well, if that's a 5, right? So what are we going to call it? 1? Probably not. A. What did we get here? A, B, C. Oh, here, I'm going to take this down. Let's go down to minuet. Okay, so could this be A, B, C? Hard to know, right? A lot of times you gotta park these up here, and here's B, put them down here, and say, okay, well, what are the possibilities? See, that's why I don't like the lighter colors, because it's harder to find things that will work with it. The color palette they give you is better for a dark. I digress. Okay, right. So 3, 4 is that A? Here's B, right? I got 3, 3. So I got 3, 3, 5, right? So this B would fly, right? So just miss the liquidity here, right? So the fact that they don't get it, somewhat interesting. So A, B. Now, what am I looking for to finish? Remember, we begin and end in 5s. So if that's the A and that's the B, right? If I've got 5, 3, I'm looking for 5 here. Doesn't quite work, does it? At least as he's got it labeled. Now that's the daily. Let's go to the 8, see if there's anything we can dig out of that. This is the B. We're looking for a 5 to finish it. Could we finish it? Jeez. Not easily. Even here, maybe you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. Right? I'm just going to throw this up here as an alternate. To, oh God, you'd have to do this. 3, 4, 5. Right? I'm just got to float them sometimes, but then you got to go backtrack and say, does that work? Just at eyeballing it. Can I get that 3 in here? You'd have to go A, B, because this looks like a clear impulse, right? So you'd have to get that, the A, B, let's label it. This would have to be A, B, C. Let's break that down here. Oh, what can I put, what can I do? Green, that'll work. Okay, so we get that. It's an alternate. I'm not trying to be critical of your work. I'm just looking, okay, well, can we look for, can we get a 5 that finishes here? Well, you got a candidate here. Now, coming off of that, all right, let's go down to a 2 and see how we can come off of that. Your work is excellent. I'm not trying to be critical of it. I'm just trying to understand where we are here. This is his work here. I'm looking at it as an alternate here. Okay, could I have finished here? Now, this is probably going to be hard to see as well because my colors are going to be different. Let's do it that way. Okay, all right, so overlap here. Do we get a golden here? Possibly. It looks like it might be too far. Yep, it is. You don't get a good start to it. If you want A here, I might even do it here. Get you that. That's not an easy answer. This looks like it's too far as well. So Al's Al's been off here. Which, you know, it's not, he'll be in there somewhere. Right? He looks like he might be right here. There he is. Second target. We're just not getting anything impulsive, right? So you could make a case, okay, maybe this is just a little fuckery down here. Even that is a stretch to call it an impulse. This looks like an ABC right here. So A, B, C, D's. Okay, so if it's a triangle, that would eliminate any possibility that we've gone 1, 2. We can't go. We can't have a triangle in the second. This is a really very tricky count. I can see why you're all over the place here. Let's go. Let's see if we can get a little higher time frame. Helps us at all. Yeah, that's a bit of a shit show in my view. You might truncate here. Nope, you want it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might be able to get a diag in here. A, B, C. Alternate, just a possibility. A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Jesus, this gets really gnarly up here. You'd have to do it there. This is a zigzag. Tough one. 1, 2 doesn't quite fly. You do get an impulse here. You can see that. Oh, let's go some, right? So you got a candidate here. If this is going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, let's consider it. 1, 2. You'd be looking for 34.5 up here. I'm going to push this off, just not disrespecting your work, just trying to get an alternate to consider. This is the most bullish count I can offer up as an alternate. So here, let's take this down. Hang on. So can we get out of here? 1, 2. This is an impulse. You got to deal with that. I was considering, could we go WX, you know, some sort of triangle here? No, because that's a 1. This would have to be the 2. So you'd be, again, this would all be much higher. High class problem if you're a bull. Oh, let's go minuet, and let's change that color. I need dark, dark, dark. That's a chop monster. WXY into that 2 probably flies. Okay, let's come out of here. One thing, do you notice how he's doing an alternate, right? So he's smart. He's laying out an alternate along the way, right, in case it breaks down. So you're immediately ready. Okay, is that 1, 2? Diag, it doesn't quite, well, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might get a 1 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still to come. Whew, tough one. Oh, that's not going to show because I'm in. Could you do it? 1, 2. That's straight down, so I would change that to this. I'd put this here. Again, I'm just me going over it here. I'm not saying mine's right, his wrong. I'm never saying that. This is what my eye sees. So, okay, after all of that work to get down here, right, we have a candidate for a 1, 2. Let's go back to the 2 hour here. This would have to be WXY. Because we get a 3 here. I'll leave that out. This would be WXY. Let's go dark. Dark. For the 2. Going for that 3. So internal, where do they usually go? Highest probability would be here. Excuse me, would be here. Can we get, no obligation that it goes there, but that looks like it would play pretty well. There's 200%. Obvious target for liquidity would be right here, right? So we know that's algos will, of course, see that immediately. Good look for a 3, 4, right? So all of that, God, that's a long way to get there. That's a lot of work, right? But I full respect to the work that he put into doing it. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. It's, you know, moving quickly. That's a good diag 1, 2. Is that a 50? It looks like it might be. Nope. So front run on the golden. 1, 2, 1, 2. Looks like you're heading for this 5th right here to complete that 3rd. You'd have a 1, 6, 1, 8 here from the 1, 2. So pretty good. Okay. So after all of that, where's the next trade? Right? If it's going to continue to play good Elliott, well, this is certainly challenging Elliott. What are you trying to complete here? If this is the 1, let's take that up a degree. Let's go to, oops, that's the wrong color. If this is the 1 and this is the 2, what is this? Probably not the 3, right? That's probably the 1 of the 3. Again, where do they usually go, right? We can use the 97 years of precedent we have. Your 3 would be up here, and that's your target. So this, even if we complete here, that's likely, you know, there's no absolutes, there's no knowing. That's likely the 1 of 3, right? I mean, fuck, 3 could go up here. I mean, you could have, we're going to have the rip roaring alt season that many anticipate. This, we could be just getting rolling here. 1, 2, 1, 2. So there we go. Okay, Sony 99, that's some very, very solid work. Really good. Really good work, right? But notice the detail. See, a lot of people look at that and go, oh, fuck, Elliott Wave, fuck that. Jesus Christ, I got to label all this shit? Oh, fuck it. Let me just draw some lines. How's that working for you? Oh, you wanted this to be easy. Oh, I got news for you, buddy. There's nothing that looks easier than trading. Nothing. But well, how hard can it be? It's going to go up or it's going to go down. How hard can it be? That's why it appeals to so many and why 90% get wrecked as soon as they get in here. It's going to be hard. I promise you that. I've been doing it for 30 years. It's still hard. It doesn't get any easier. You just have more experience. You've just seen more. You make fewer mistakes, right? That's the idea, right? Because you're going to make every mistake. There's no mistake I haven't made. I promise you, nothing. I've done the dumbest shit you can possibly do with money. And, it's only after making all those mistakes, right, that I can speak with any confidence and conviction because I've done all the dumb shit. I'm trying to save you from doing it. But, I listened to a lot of people tell me, don't pick the turn, and I still did it. Trying to help you. Crypto Janus, well, when I push for more content, boy, he always delivers. Man, he gave me a lot here. Okay, so let's start with Solana, which I think something just broke here. Let's see. TOTAL3ES, I'm not sure what he's got here. But one thing I know about Crypto Janus, he likes him some trend lines. So let's go see what he's got here. So give me a second here. Which indicator is that, Paolo? I didn't get a reply from you. If you answer that, I'll try and help you. Okay, so let me kill that one since I have to copy it so I can work with it. And he has lower left. Okay, so here's lower left. All these stable coins, right? These are charts we're seeing more and more of. Oh, this is for him. This is nice reduction of trend lines here. There are probably more of them out here. Crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin, ETH. So okay, this is pure alts. Seems to be some dispute as to whether or not we're going to get an alt season. I think we are. Okay, right. So good adjustment here. So note, right? I'm sure he's made this adjustment, right? So you're thinking 1, 2. There's no reason to not think you're going to get an impulse here, right? Assuming the context is right. Did we end in a 5? Yes. Okay, I got 1, 2. That would have been your first thought. Oh, whoops. Oh, maybe diag, right? You're thinking 1, 2. Oh, okay, I got an impulse. Maybe it's a 1, 2, right? And then once you're overlapping this, well, then you got to rethink it. Now, does that mean that forever and ever and all time, right? That Elliott Wave is, the market is following the hidden signals? No, it's just a way to it's going to increase the probability. If you're overlapping this one, oh shit, I'll change the colors back. If you're overlapping that one, it's not like, oh God, this can't go into an impulse. Oh my God, it can't. It's forbidden. It can't do it. That's never the idea behind Elliott Wave. It's a guide. If it does that, more often than not, you're not going to get an impulse. Not that you'll never get one. It just reduces the probability, and probability is all you've ever got in the market. That's all you get, is the slightest little bit of edge. The markets are so fucking efficient, right? That inefficiencies are corrected so damn fast. Oh, you want to talk about some day trading? Get into the S&P. Right, and see how quickly things are corrected. You have milliseconds of time where imbalances are open and available because you've got 10,000 algos in there that are working to take advantage of them and exploit them. You can't beat them, which is why the lower the time frame, the lower your probability of being successful. The higher the time, which nobody wants to hear. Oh, fuck, I got to wait. Shit, I have to wait 3 weeks for this trade to play out. Fuck that. No, I'll go down to the 3 minute. I get it. I hear that, right? We all want the fucking dopamine. Give me the money now. I want the action now, right? It's fine, right? Have at it. You're going to likely have an unpleasant experience. And the more the AI comes in, the more the algos dominate, the less and less chance you have of making money in the shorter time frames. I'm sorry, buzzkill. I know it is. You want to make money? You got to be patient. You got to trade on the higher time frames. Where do you think the hedge funds trade? You think they're trading on the 1 minute? No, there's no hedge fund trading on the 1 minute. Their machines are trading on the 1 minute. Anyone who's actually managing money, they're looking at the weekly. They're patient. We're not. Retail is not. And you and I, we are retail. We want it now. So what do we got here? ABC, WXY. A, good work here, good adaptation to what the market gave you. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, looked like, wouldn't you have thought? Oh, it's over. Okay, but look at the time imbalance, right? Do you see that this is so, oh, wow, that took a while. That's awfully abrupt, right? So it's not surprising that we're still grinding in for a 4. 1, 2, 3, we didn't, long enough, okay, but sure, now it looks like a diag. I said this earlier, right? I say this every time we have a diag. What's the issue with the diag? There's no clear winner. Bulls and, look at all the battle here between bulls and bears. It's going up and it's going down. It's going up, it's going down, right? So all the overlap. We don't get a clear bullish trend. Thus, diag, which is why we change what we're looking for. Okay, so what are we looking for? We're looking for the 50, right? Again, what does it usually do? We're looking for the 4 at the 50. Are we there yet? No. Does it have to go to the 50? Of course not. So where does it usually go? I got 97 years of precedent to consider. Over the last 97 now. Oh, but it's different now. We got the algos. We got AI. We, don't take my word for it. Look at your own charts. You see a diag spot. Oh, where was the 4? More often than not, you're going to find it at the 50 from the start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3. So what are we doing here? WX. Oh, we got another WXY. WXY. A, B, C. Oh shit, this is, how are we going to do this? This is the 2, this is the 3, and that's, well, let's see here. You don't have this labeled, so this would have to be, if you're doing that as an A, you've lost a count here, right? So this isn't labeled, you lost the higher degree here. So your option here is to do it this way, right? You would need C down here. Fuck, all my colors changed. Right, you'd have to, God, come here. Oh, let's put it in yellow. Here, let's take it up to micro. Okay, right? So we can't go WXY into a W. We've got to call it an A, right? So we'd go A, and this would be A, B, right? So now we're looking for the C. So you just missed the one degree higher. A, what is that, right? When in doubt, when it's like, what the fuck, triangle. Okay, right? So he gets, it's a lot of slop. A. Yeah, fuck. That's a lot of junk in there. Right? That's unfortunately. Often the markets, you can't trade this, right? So just keep that in mind. So it's just giving you a guide. Sure looks like an impulse, doesn't it? A. Can you do it? Not really. You might get your B here. Where's your B here? You might get your B here as a triangle. What's missing, right? We don't have the C. Now let's, I'm going to pull some of this out of here. God damn, you guys are challenging me today. Here I'm still fighting COVID in my half zombie state. The thing about COVID is it's hard to sleep. All right, so we've got all of this consolidation. You want to trade in that? Well, if you did, just at first glance, wouldn't your thought be like, oh, well, okay, just statistically here, even if we, oh, come here, let's do it this way. Do it from here. All right, so here's your value area, right? You just smack dab in the middle. That's probably not surprising, right? I mean, that's kind of tight. I pulled it from here, from this pivot high. Okay, when we're up here, again, you don't have to guess here. That's the advantage of volume profile, right? Oh, okay, well, that's considered expensive. Not to mention, I would, there's not a video I've ever done where I haven't encouraged you to reconsider buying breakouts. Most breakouts fail. And now that's not all breakouts. That's most breakouts, right? Some have to succeed, of course, right? Or we go sideways forever. And some have to succeed because otherwise retail would stop doing it. And we want them to keep doing it. I mean, I could just keep I do this a lot, right? How did it work out for the buyers here? How did it work out for the sellers here? How did it work out for the buyers here? Well, we don't know yet. But would you want to be a buyer or a seller here? if we come down here, right, buyer or seller. What does retail think? Oh, they swept that low. It's going to go. I'm not saying it won't, right? There's no knowing. But if you're just looking at the probabilities here, you buyer or seller here. And that doesn't mean sit at the turn. That means, oh, do I get a reaction and maybe a pullback that I could take advantage of on the premise that I'm going to get the same kind of thing I've had previously here. Oh, maybe. Maybe I get an impulse, right? And we get out of this, and then you're back here thinking, oh, maybe the 4 is in here. It's an ABC like this. This is your A, B, C, right? A, B, C into the B, 5 down for the C. Now, we don't have it yet. So the only thing that I can say here is that I would, me personally, I would never buy that. Because I don't have to wonder about it, right? If it breaks here, odds are it's going to come back and get retested, right? Because this is pretty substantial resistance. So those that can move the market want to go, well, let's just, are we good here? Are we good, right? Or are we good? Let's check it. That's what happens in the retrace. Unfilled orders. Oh, it went so fast. Oh shit, we'll come back here. Right, so that's why I never, again, it took me a long time to get over it. Oh, fuck, I missed it. God damn it. Shit, I knew I should have taken that breakout. No, don't ever think that. I promise you'll thank me later. You don't ever need to. Well, what if it goes straight up? Well, fuck, what if it does, right? Oh, that's the only trade you're ever going to get? Next trade. You missed one. Welcome to the party. By the way, you can't trade this. Okay, thanks, Crypto Janice. Oh, man. For someone with a head full of snot, I'm sort of chatty today. Okay, let's look at Solana. Let's see what he's got here. Well, now this is, let's see, hang on. Uh-oh, come on. There we go. Okay, hang on one sec, guys. Sorry, I need to get my AC cooled me down a little bit. Another thing with COVID, hot, cold. Okay, so we are looking at Solana, and this is lower right from Crypto Janice. Like Crypto Janice is really working on his skills, right? You see, that's why he's a regular. I see this is a good member. Right? He's in here. He takes advantage of it, right? He's posting often. Constantly, and he gets better each time, right? He's learning in the process, right? That's why we exist. Okay, so here's a 12-hour, right? So we're all kind of looking at this. God, I swear to God, I saw some guy on X who like, I swear he had mortgaged his house to short Solana. He was looking at a weekly chart. I was like, oh, buddy, right? I hope you're kidding. So what are we seeing here? I mean, sure looks like, right? And there would be no disputing the geometry. Sure looks like a diag, right? 1, 2, 3. What do we look? Wait, is this the 4? Is this the 4 here? Well, what would we want to see, right? He's got anchored VWAP on here. Not going to quite make the 50, but very, very close, right? So straight up 1, 2. Now these all this has to be a series of 3s if we're going to end in that. So we're going to get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Set up for the short. Well, if the gun to my head, I'm sure as hell not going to buy it. Now, you might say, wait a minute. Why not? Higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. Higher high. Do we know it's going to be a higher low? No, there's no knowing. Now, we get Crypto Janice, right? Just the same as the last time, right? Don't forget to label the higher degree, right? So we know, I'll change those colors again. Oh, fuck me. Back here. Okay, all right. So is this a candidate for the 1? Yes. Is there an alternate here? Not as it sits now. Because we've got all of this to work with. So he's being aggressive here, right? So let's see, we're on a 12-hour. So let's go out to a daily. I'm going to kill that just because I want that pivot. If I'm not mistaken, we broke the gold in here. Al is broken. Nope. Oh, did we? I think we did get a close above. No, just wick. Okay, so Al is still in play here, right? So there he is. For anyone new watching, right, that's my pet name for the algo, the measured move algorithm. So Al is everywhere. He's always in here. In every it doesn't matter what the asset is, right? It's in every market. Always will be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Is that the one? Right into the golden. Probably got an order block here, right? Right there. Well, the guy who's mortgaging his house to sell it, right? You know, I hope he's not looking for new lows, but he's probably got a decent trade there. But see, I look at this and go, well, you know, if you're bullish, Solana long term, ETF, Franklin Templeton ETF expire date. Oh, their paperwork. I got to try and get their ETF. They're going to get approved. If not this day, it's eventually they're going to get approved. There's too much money to be made here. Too much, right? Wall Street now coming in long and strong, right? Long and strong. Oh, Gemini just got 50 million from the NASDAQ. I mean, the digital revolution, we all know this, right? You wouldn't be watching this live stream if you didn't recognize the transformation that's happening, right? Eventually, everything's going to be tokenized. That will be very good for Ethereum, Solana, SUI, all of the assets that are going to participate in that. So you want to be, you know, I guess if you're a Deegan and you're just like, well, fuck it, man, I'll take the short. As far as I'm concerned, why? I'll wait for the long. Okay, right. You know, again, right. If you're jonesing for action, that's probably a decent short. It's counter trend, but it's just I sure not going to buy it at the golden zone. That's what people who don't know it's there do. The inexperienced, they don't know it's there. They don't know the power of this algo. You would never want to buy that, ever. Right? And the worst possible outcome here is you get away with it. Because then you'll do it again and again and again, right? And eventually you will get wrecked, right? Okay, so is this the one? Yeah, okay, you want to wait for the two or you want to short the two? Now, if it were me, right, and it was like, you know, my life on the line, I'd take the C, right? Remember, well, one, this is how the market likes to move, right? That's all the market ever does, right? Everything you ever looked at is just that. That's it. That's the only. I've been talking about this for weeks now. The only trading decision you ever make is which side is going to break. That's it, right? You can put all the counting in here, and when you're entering the market, there's a swing, and you've made a determination that either this side's going to break or the bottom side's going to break. Oops, I overlapped it. Right. So, in that's how the market likes to move. It doesn't just go and well. There are no absolutes in the market. The way the market typically likes to move is to push, retrace, and push. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, however you want to think of it, right? You know, zigzag, whatever you want to call it, right? That's how the market likes to move. So when you get the more advantageous way to approach it, it's my opinion, right? You get the push down here. Now, don't chase that. You want the retrace. Number one, if you're going to short it here, look how much better the risk reward is here on the short. Don't try and take, but what if I took this one? Well, okay, again, you're picking the turn. There's no need. You want this one. This is the leg you want to play in right there. Let the first one happen. It also gives you a pool of liquidity here, right? This is often, there's lots of different names for this, but you get something like this here where you have unfilled orders in here, right? So you have a pool of liquidity. So when the market comes, when you're here, you've got the opportunity to take advantage of that push down to get here. Well, what are you doing here? All you're doing is trying to set up for the long. Because again, now we come back to, okay, what's the Elliott count? Suggesting, right? Now what's known, what's suggested? 1, 2. I want the 2. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to sit down here with a limit order and say, oh, pick the turn. No, I want the reaction. And it has to do something. It has to break something, change of character, sweep a high, grab some liquidity, something, because again, it's the same thing here. Now, I've got a candidate for a 1, 2. What's the only decision you'll ever make in your life in trading? Whether this side breaks or this one breaks. That's it. That's it. 2 dimensions. That's all it can ever do. Breaking or breaking? Where's the better risk reward? Long. So this is what you're after right here. Just like this is what you're after right here. 1, 2. Stop under the low. Oh, but that's where all the liquidity is. Yeah, that's right. All the liquidity was down here as well. Oh, they couldn't get that. You could say, oh, there's an order block there. They couldn't get that. Unmitigated. What stopped it? Swept to low, right? You always want to look for that sweep of a low, something to kind of set it up. That's why purple belt, C's and 3s. That's all we let you trade to build that discipline. It's for your sake, not for ours. Okay, probably hammered that enough. Good work there, Crypto Janice. I don't know if I'm just cranky today. Am I cranky today? I don't know, guys. Is bullish tokenization is bullish for Chainlink? That's exactly right. There's someone, right? These guys, they know. Very bullish. Maybe we'll look at Chainlink before we get out of here. Who's that? That is Tim3 ATK. ATK? ATK, all-time king? I don't know, ATK. Yeah, if you want it, right, there's 2 trades you could take, right? You could be in our purple belt. You'd get ding ding right there, two winners, potential winners. Okay, Attila the Killer, one of my favorite handles. STX. So I think he must have this because I think he's posted this a few times. Stacks. We've looked at this before. Sorry for all the sniffles. I just can't believe I got COVID. All right, there's a daily, right? So I like to start on the daily. What do we got here? So we're out of log scale, it looks like. Let's pull back here. Okay, do we need to be in log scale? Well, at this degree, oh, Jesus. I got to pay attention to 0 on some of these. That's pretty close. Well, at this degree, yeah, I'd want to get that in log scale. Right, so I want that separation. Impulse looks pretty solid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Impulse into the 1. WXY, good work. 1, 2. All right, don't forget to lay. Oh, what happened there? Oh, I see what you did. Okay, you do this. I fucking hate this thing, right? I never turn that on, right? Because that thing. So where's the 2 here? Same thing here. I'm just gonna. I mean, if it works for you, I'm not saying don't do it. It's just I'm always going to turn it off. Okay, so this channel now broken. So we don't. It's okay. Could be a factor later. Yeah, but I think likely. Let's just hide it. This got. Oh, that's danger of alts. Okay, where's your 2? Oh shit, that one here, now I need it. Oh, there it is. Holy shit. Well, I guess because you were out of log scale. And why is the start down here? Okay, now let me get that out of there. Okay, let's reset here. Something fucked up happened there. 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can't do that. All right, so that's killed. And you see why, right? We can't have a 2, right? We can't go 1, 2 and have the 2 below the start of the 1, right? So that is not an option anymore. So we got to kill that. Attila, I'm assuming you understand why. Right? We can't. We might be able to do this. How good is that impulse there? Oof. That's pretty. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let me come back here to 12 here. Let's go down slowly. Well, sometimes, much as I admire, the work to get all these nailed down, and he may have posted this because I was asking for content. We can't do that. That's a bit of a something fucked there. I wonder if that's on all exchanges. Hang on a second. See, that's something. It almost looks like a bad tick, right? I don't know if they have those. Well, I'm going to kill all this, right? So this, I would, that like you might have a decent finish there, but that looks more like you'd have 1, 2. Oh fuck me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, you went big there. Some of you guys really like the big degrees. Okay. Let's go up. Okay, candidate 1. 1, 2, 1. Well, then you get back to here. I'd want to be checking other exchanges. But for the time being, because I'm guessing that's not on every exchange. Fuck, here, let's see if I can do this. Let's go. Let's see if it'll do this for me. I don't want symbol. I don't want crosshair. Let's see if I can do. Do I get the aggregator? Let's go to the Coinbase. And let's get this. Yeah, so you don't have it over here. You've got its own slop over here. Let's go to the daily. Well, your best case here is that you've got this. Right? Perfect? No. Barely. God, it barely clears. See, do you see immediately, right? You know, you're doing this here. And you're like, what? Fuck, I'm not sure. You know, you're down here. You know, it looks like I don't know. What fuck? Why? But you go out here, and all of a sudden, like, whoa, okay. Well, I mean, 5, 3. You know, does the market move in 5s and 3s? You know, you draw your own conclusion. 5, 3. 5. Is that 3? 3? Sure looks like 5 going up. Right? I mean, that's in dispute. That's not in dispute, right? That's an impulse, period. There's no disputing that. That is an impulse. Right? So if we zoom in there, let's go to a 4. Right? So let's label it. All right, it just takes a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What follows that? Right? Again, does the market move in 5s and 3s? Yeah, draw your own conclusion. Okay, what? Oh, I didn't get a 5 here. Oh, well, oh, see, I told you that shit doesn't work anymore. Are you sure? Well, okay, well, do we have an alternate? Is there an alternate? Possibly, right? We got to consider it. Again, all my colors changed from that one white screen or pale screen. What makes it up a WXY? An ABC. Do I love that? Not really. Tradable? Well, I'd want this 5 to complete. What again? Don't forget the geometry. Let's go back to my default here. Okay, so 1. Could we be doing a WXY into a 2? Well, why not? It's kind of deep. Let's go. Let's get the 787, 786, and the 707. Okay, maybe. All right, let's get in here. Right? Do I have some of the ingredients I want to look for? Right? Do we sweep some liquidity? Well, we swept all of these lows. This low, this low, this all swept down here. You get a big reaction, retest. Now, what would give you a little bit more conviction? Well, I mean, if this is all just sweeping liquidity, why didn't they do it again? Remember what I told you, right? It has to do something. I mean, it's a good example of what you want to try and avoid. See, oh, that's it. I'm sure of it. That's it. Oh, no, oh, that's it. Oh, that's got to be it. Oh, that's it. Oh, for sure. Oh. Note, right? Now they don't get it because this did something. It swept that high. That doesn't mean it can't go down here, but at least your odds just improved. Now, could this be 1, 2, 3, 4? We're going to do this for a 5. Could be. It's not perfect form. Let's go to the 1. You know, I would be quick to tell you, wait to where it's like, oh my God, it's so fucking good. I can't even believe I'm looking at it. That's when you want to trade, not, fuck, I read on accident STX is going to be a big winner. I don't know, let's see, can I wedge something in there? Fuck it, right? No, if you're going to be a technician, I think we have 16 million altcoins right now. How many of those do you think are going to survive 5 years from now? I won't throw out a number. I'll let you draw your own conclusion. So why not wait for something that's so drop dead gorgeous? You're like, oh my God. Oh my God. That doesn't mean put the kids' tuition money in it. It just means if you wait, beautiful will show up. It always does. So what, okay, if you're forcing it, 1, 2, oh. Is that my 3? Maybe. Is it particularly sexy? Maybe. It's not, no, I'd call that a 6. Jesus, here. To make charts sexy is no small undertaking. So is that a good looking 3? Oh, okay, maybe we're getting started here, but it's not great. 3, is that the 4? Well, 4 should break down a little bit more than that. Maybe I'm going to do this. Maybe it turns into a diag. It's, you got to start on it. But I guess my point is be picky. You don't get to do it over. Oh, fuck. Oh, I was just kidding. I didn't mean to buy that. No, the money's gone. Oh, well, I'll get it back on the next one. I'm just going to trade bigger size on the next one so I can make it back, right? A little revenge trading. We've all done it. Oh, trust me, I have done it. There's no mistake I haven't made. I'm trying to help you here because I've done all the stupid shit there is to do. There is nothing stupid that I haven't done. So can we get that? Well, if we get that, now I got something to work with. Now it's like, okay, clearly I've got a good low down here. Part of it is, they couldn't sweep it. August couldn't get it, right? You think there's some stops down there? Of course there are. And I've got really 2 of these. I've got the bigger one. And I've got the internal one. I would change the color like this. So I knew which one I was tracking, right? So, okay, is this going to play? Is that a 4? That's a shitty looking 4. You're going to go down to a 15 where I'm reluctant to go because now it gets really squirrely. Does that look like a 3? No. Does this look like a good impulse? Maybe you can get away with it. 1, 2, a little overlap. It's not ideal. Maybe we come out of here, right? Maybe. Well, what is it? The 1 of the 5? You're going to put the 3 here and you have to go A, B, C, right? I mean, there's a lot of ways you can kind of do a little Elliott shuffle and go, well, I want that to be the 4, so A, B, C. Is this an impulse? Maybe. Then, okay, well, how far did it go, right? Is it in line with where they usually go? Oh, low. Oh, look at that. What's the highest probability location for a wave 3? 1618, 175. Where's it go? Okay, right. Now you're building a case. Right, think of it that way, right? You got to build a case for why you're taking the trade. Is that the 4? Well, it's kind of a funky one. I'm on a 15-minute. One. That's not. Well, either we're going to truncate the 5, or that's the 1 of the 5. And take this down to something that would make sense, right? So 1 of the 5. Well, okay, maybe. What am I going to wait for? Oh, do I get this? Remember, right? That's how the market likes to move. ABC. So just any impulse is just connecting that twice. Same thing, right? You just get it twice. You get this one, and then you get this one. That's all you're ever doing. It helps me to try and simplify it like that, right? So that's why I dwell on that, so that you don't forget that's all you're ever doing. Here's the swing. Which side's going to break? This one or this one? Which side? Oh, look, oh, that one broke. What is that? That's a break of structure. What do we anticipate? Now, what do we know? What do we anticipate after a break of structure? Retrace. Oh, it went up, but there's the retrace, right? Because they come back for liquidity, right? If it's going to go higher, they have to get liquidity. They're not going to get it above. They're going to get it below. Right? The algorithms, right? That's who you're trading against. What are they going to do? Where's the liquidity now? Up here. So if it comes and gets that, if we sweep that, that's not, don't buy that. That's the break of structure, right? Which sets up if that were to be here, right? If we sweep that, well, now you're thinking, oh, okay. Oh, come here. 1, right? Maybe we get another kick here. Oh, it was the 1 of the 5. 2, 3, right? That's why you want to wait. There it is again, right? There's your little 3 that you're waiting for. And you didn't get it here, which would make you a little bit hesitant, right? Wait for something like, oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, shit, I see it. Now you can act. Not like, oh, well, I'm just going to call it a 3 because, fuck, I want it to be a 3. I'm not saying it's not, right, that this isn't going higher. I'm just saying be picky, right? If that's good enough for you, have at it. I would not trade that. Okay, let me keep going. God, I'm on a tear today. Maybe because I haven't slept in 4 nights. ETH, Cryptogenesis giving me ETH. Okay, let's look at ETH. I almost wasn't going to do the live stream, but you know what they say, the best way to get over being sick is to act like you're not sick. That's why I said, fuck it, I'm doing it. Okay, I don't know if I'm helping people or people are like, God, this guy's an asshole. Let's see here. Trying to help you. I'm just a little cranky. I haven't slept in 4 nights. Okay, what do we got here, Cryptogenesis? ETH is high right. Okay, all right, so I got it. Did I make my cut? Yeah, I did. Okay, so just because my machine, I swear to God, I think my hard drive's full. Okay, come on. Kill that one. Do as much video as I do. I constantly have to delete stuff. Okay, so this is upper right. So let's see where he is on ETH. ETH has been, well, now we're on a 2 hour. Okay, so right off the bat, I go, oh, fuck that. No, here he does this. Merge all scare onto the right. Okay, so now you're looking at that going, how the fuck am I going to know? Or I have no context here. You have to go, that's why you always want to start out at the higher time frame. Okay, what am I trying to do? What am I anticipating is happening here? Now here's where you see Cryptogenesis does like trend lines and channels, right? Which is more power to him. I'm going to pull some of this out of here because he does them in this solid color. I can never see what he's doing. Okay, do we have an impulse here? Excuse me. Here's my C, right? So we begin with a 5, correct into 3. Then we get a 5 and we correct into 3. Then we get a 5 and we, right? Does the market move in 5s and 3s? I feel like half the time I have to justify Elliott Wave. Oh, Elliott Wave 2025, that bullshit doesn't work anymore. Don't take my word for anything. Look yourself. It's Ethereum. It's not going to do it. No. There's all the hip guys are doing it. Are doing Ethereum, right? It's not going to move in a 5 and a 3. No way. No way. We're not going to get a perfect impulse. No. No way. Jeez, I can see my machine's lagging. I better be careful here. I don't crash it. Oh, fuck me. Hang on a second. All right, I think it just makes it easier to see if I darken that color palette. And now it's not that I don't value volume. I would put it in something below. Okay, so some pretty good divergence up here at that high, right? You see on the RSI. Okay, so I would tell. Okay, so Cryptogenesis, what are we in? Yeah, we are in log. When you get that far out of a channel, you have 2 choices here: either eliminate the channel, redraw the channel. I'm going to unlock it, or clone the channel, right? And just double it. That's what I would do. Right now, all you did was just widen it. But you still get a center line, right? You just get the quarters, right? So now you got a perfect looking channel. The same thing here. Like, why is that channel is completely irrelevant to the price action, right? So either you're going to double it, triple it, widen it is what I would suggest. Or it's not really relevant now, so you can get rid of it. Okay, so is this my 2? Okay, candidate. 1, 2. You can't ignore that impulse, right? You got, so even though it's like, oh, I wanted that 3 to go higher. Well, there might be a possibility this is going up here. You might have to end up doing this. Because the 2 and the 4 are so skinny, and that sure looks like a 4. Right? So possible rework, right? If we're going to go higher. Now I know you can't see in there. I know. Okay, I can't see in there. Okay, so let me get out of that. It's always easier when it's your stuff. Okay, what am I doing here? Wave 5. Impulse or ABC of a complex. Clear impulse down. Okay, so I'm going to push that off, right? So I know where he's talking about it. This, I'm going to pull that out just so we can get in there and see what's going on. W, yep, that's a little bit of a, there's a little Elliott shuffle, right? Because it sure looks like that could be an impulse. Let's go down to a 1. Yeah, I had the same issue with my count as well when I was doing the Friday video, because it sure looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But you know, now, oh, it doesn't quite fit. So then you got to look at it and say, well, do I have to completely bastardize this account to because I want it to be an X, because I want it to be an ABC? Well, it kind of works, right? You can put the 1 here. Let me brighten that up. It's not so bad. You're like, oh fuck, I can't call it that. A, B, C. It's there. A's a little skinny. Let's see. What do you give me here? Okay, down for a 5. Well, this is pretty clever. So look what he's done here. So this is, I'm gonna take that up a degree. Okay, so here's a well, that would be the 3. If this is going to be WX and we're looking for the Y, well, how do we get there? Well, number 1, when you get into all this slop, there's no obvious count there. Hang on. Excuse me. There's no obvious count here. So when you get all of this, like, oh, well, that's where, you know, it helps to know, like, oh, shit, could I have a triangle there? Oh, yeah, I could. I could have a triangle. Well, that's everything we're looking for right there, the swing structure. Could it be a triangle? Do you see how he's got it? It's very nice work. A, B, C, D, E. That's how he's got that. Valid? Absolutely. Irregular? A little bit. But a series of 3s, right? It plays. It's just unusual. It's just weird. It's weird. Now, we're on a 1 hour. Let's go to a 4 hour, see if that looks a little bit less weird. What are we bumping into, right? Here as we sit on the center line. I've got this off just a hair. Get you right on it. So now it gets a little easier to see it out here because you can see the context. Okay, is that A, B, C? What is it? Right, that's all the market can do. Right now, which side? You're up here. Which side's breaking? This side's breaking. So correction. Are we? Is the market obligated to come down here? No. Would I want to short this? Again, I'm kind of a perma bull. I'd wait for the buy. Well, mainly because my situation is different. Right? I don't have time to. I don't have time for it. So to track, so you guys may well, right? So you want to take that short? Okay, at least you're on the right side of the market. Oh, let's see if we're on the right side of value here. I would do the whole thing. Okay, right now you're just smack dab in the middle. You want to get to where it's undervalued, right? Is it undervalued here? It's fairly valued here. Well, within range. Here's the POC, that the most fairly agreed to price of value within this range. So to come down here and get something undervalued would be interesting, right? And then what are you looking for? That's it. That's all the market can ever do. Which side's going to break? This one or this one? How do you know? Well, you don't know. There's no knowing. There's only context. What's more probable? Doesn't mean it's going to be what happens. It's just what's more probable. So if this, let's go back to a daily. Is there any question about the trend? Right? We're in a nice big fat uptrend. higher high, higher low, right? So why would you want to fight that? Right, if that's 3 and this is going to be 4 and that's going to be 5, does it have the right look? Oh, by the way, look how nicely that plays in that channel. Yeah, we get a little out, a little bit, right? A little bit. Here, I drew it kind of loosely. But here, now all I did was widen the channel. See, channeling is so critical to your decision process with Elliott Wave, right? If you're using it, even if you're not using the Elliott Wave, you're just using the geometry. I could trade easily with just geometry and swing structure. I mean, adding the 1s and the ABC and the WXY, that's just adding confirmation in my mind, right? To someone who's spent the time to learn it, all it does is add value and consistency. And it actually makes the decision process easier, not harder. Where is it hard? The corrections are hard. A 5 is a 5, right? It's either it's an impulse or a diag, right? It's a 5. A 3, whoa, there's 26 ways we could correct it a 3. That's where people go, oh, fuck, this is too hard. It's too hard. Can't I just draw some lines and make a lot of money? Can't I just do that? Well, what are your aspirations, right? Were you expecting this to be easy? Oh, buddy. Wrong expectation. There's just simply no reason not to anticipate that. So you want to fuck around here for the short? Well, have at it. By no means am I saying we couldn't do that. Who knows, right? Nobody knows, right? What's the odds? Ooh, we're going to get a Bitcoin too. This is a, how am I doing on time here? I'm good on time. I got a few from X too. Oh, I'm good. All right, so I got one more from, oh fuck, hang on. I swear to God, it feels like my machine's about to crash. Let's try again. I can tell my hard drive's full. Okay, so now we're gonna do Bitcoin, which is, well, has a little pop today, but the Elliott is awful, at least on this last little move. It's not clear, so my view, when in doubt, stay out. Let me see if I can copy this. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. There we go. Give it 1 sec here. What did the market do? Okay, are we good? Yeah, let me get rid of that. Bitcoin high left. Okay, lots of lines. I'm going to hide that. Oh, I think we've looked at this before. Let's see, I'm just going to brighten it up a little bit. Okay, he's got us completing something here on a 4 hour. This is the part that is really, can you count it? You could take a wag. Wag being a wild ass guess. I don't think it's countable. With any conviction, can you get some WXY, XZ? Probably. Is it an X? Well, here, that's, welcome to trading, right there, right? So, but at least he's dialed into the fact that, right, it's one of these, right, that's all, so, right, which side is going to break, right, that one or this one. So, X, this would, oh, let's see, how you doing it? WXYXZ, or he's going A, how you doing that? A, B, C, could you do it? No, that's a bit of a force fit, a little bit, right? So he's trying to get a 5 in here. Oh, fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like that might just get you there. To give you the C here, I see what he's doing. So let's push this off here. It's actually here. This is what he's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's actually what it is. See, my issue with that here is, could it be that? Yeah, but I don't get anything impulsive that comes off of there, or even really a diag. It's just a lot of chop. Up, down, Now, I mean, if you're looking for a new trade, right? I don't care what the asset is. If that comes up and I'm looking at it, I'm here 6, 7 seconds. Nope. Next chart. Why? Or you have no edge here. There's no edge. Well, you can't. There's no. Well, if you're playing Elliott Wave, right? You don't even know what the fuck you're looking at. Not to mention, you've got all this chop here, right? Do we ever see anything impulsive? Not really. Now the market will do this, right? If you went out to a daily, it's going to look different, right? That's why higher time frame, right, is always going to be easier, right, to see what's really happening. Let's go out to a daily, right? A little bit less funk, but right, maybe it looks more like a 3. And then, okay, if you're really struggling, let's go to a line chart. Does that help me at all? A, B, C. What? Maybe the X plays. Why would Bitcoin be going down? Well, they cut the rates and the market sells off because, I mean, what Bitcoin needs liquidity. Cutting the rates should be good for it. It's not going to be good for the dollar, right? Dollar down, Bitcoin up. But see, again, I go, why force this? If this is going to be 1, 2, and we're going to get a 3, okay, let it happen. Maybe the 4. That's what you're anticipating, coming back to where the value is. I just, again, why risk it's your Bitcoin, right? Because if you're going to go in there, right, I promise you, BlackRock wants your Bitcoin. They want all they can get, right? They're the second largest holder, only behind Satoshi. Then Michael Saylor, he wants your Bitcoin too. Why create the opportunity for them to get it? I'd rather dollar cost average than trade slop like that. Now you've got, of course, you're going to have Al in here as well, right? Fighting you along the way. First thing is the 50. I'd probably check here as well. Looks like we did. No, we don't have a close above, right? So it's look at close right on the 65. So we got a wick that went through, right? That's maybe a little bit of a tell. But you can. What do you? Does that look like an impulse? No. So why force it? Oh, well, I didn't want to miss it. So you're going to buy right into the golden. And of course, remember, as soon the algo is just going to go back to the next pivot, right? If it breaks here, then you got to get up here. Then we're at 117. Maybe it starts to shape up. Maybe 1, 2. I don't know. That doesn't look so good here. It's looking more corrective. When in doubt, no trade is a trading decision. Okay. Mescaline. Oh, that's a good one. Mescaline. Mescalin. Am I saying that right? I'm trying to mescaline. I think it's mescaline is what he's got. This is his handle. Okay, mescaline. Here, I got to do this every time, so bear with me, guys. How we doing? Okay, 15 minutes. I'm done. I wasn't sure I was going to make it. Okay, I like this. Right off the bat, I already like it because he's put the work in. Well done. Look, every pivot. He's got it all nailed, right? That's building conviction, right? So when it's time to pull the trigger, fuck, I don't even know what this is. It doesn't matter to me. They're all the same. Chart's a chart. But I got to pull out here and see I don't even know what this is. What is this mescaline? The BIST? I don't even know what it is. Doesn't matter. Okay, so one thing I do see you guys do a lot, right, which is don't forget to label the next degree. Oh fuck, we're gonna go way back here. So what if this is a 5 of a 5 of a 5? What did we complete? Got to go to the weekly. Oh fuck, this is going way Oh, we're going way back, right? So this is an index of some sort. But you've got something topped here, right? So what? What topped? Jesus, talk about an uptrend. Look at all these nice flags. So, Jesus, how far back do I have to go here? And that's log scale. Oh, we're going back to 86. Well, what would you think there? God, that's brutal. Well, you ran out of stuff there. Well, let's take it out of log scale. Oh shit. Monster. Well, that's a monthly. You got to break it down somewhere. So I would probably start here. There's COVID low. Okay, that's a good place to start. Start here. Impulse. I don't know. Does the market move in 5s and 3s? It's so hard to tell. Just can't quite get a read on whether or not that happens. I mean, until you actually put the effort into label it. So we're going to correct that in a 3. What did we complete here? Is that a 5? Is the 5 of the 5 of the 5 of the 5? I would want to get down to something like this, right? Okay, so I would be very curious as to what you're calling that. Your work is excellent, right? You just forgot to tell me what you completed up there. A, B, C, W. A, B, C. That's very tricky. That's nice work in there. Very well done. A, B, C into an X to get an A. C, I guess you're going to have to stay kind of stuck with it. Might be complicating that more than you need to. Let's go with it. It's a little shaky on the Y. You almost have no 2. 2, 3. That's a little suspect on that one, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's come over here. Right, so 3. This is nice work, right? So here's classic. Oh, what the triangle. A, B, C, W, X, A, B, C, D, E, B. Nicely done. That's very sexy work right there, right? It's not the average. You have spent some time with Elliott Wave to catch that. Into an X here, expanded. So we had W, X, Y into expanded X, A, B. Yeah. That's a little irregular that we'd go B would be on the, that's all right. We have a lot of other choices there. Well, I'd do this, right, just to kind of get a sense of where value is. Pulling back into value. So he's targeting here the low end of value. You got a trade there? Well, yeah. Well, okay. Look at that. You know, you're like, God, look at this raging uptrend. Look at that big impulse there. That's a daily chart. And now you're going to sell it? Uh-oh. Your device. Oh, shit. Okay. It's telling me it has to reboot. Where's the better? Oh, shit. Come on. Don't do this now. Hang on. Or, I mean, if I turn that upside down, where's your better risk reward? You're selling where the market is telling you you got a high volume node here to lean into, right? Why do you care about the high volume node? Because where's size going to trade? Not in the low value. They need volume, right, to hide the size they trade in. So a high volume node on the retrace into the golden zone with a stop above the pivot. What's not to love? after an impulse. Now, it's an impulse that gave us the C or the B, but it's an impulse. Now, okay, so he's looking for a 5 to come out of that. Do you know you're going to get a 5 there? Definitely not. You don't know. You never know. But for an odds play, that's a very reasonable trade. Once it's there, boy, I'd be quick to do this. Let's get this original, and for some reason, get that right. So nice target down here, right? We know we'd have 80% odds of getting there. Now that doesn't mean, right, again, you don't want him this sharp, right? You could get there right away, right? This is what you'd want, right? There's the 1618 175 window, right? I just know that from Golden Zone. Nice looking trade there. 4.5 to 1 on the daily. Here's the problem with most people, right? And this takes a lot of trading time, screen time. Waiting for that, right? Most people can't do it. You got here, algo target. You could do that, right? It's nice, still a nice trade. Well, boy, did you leave a lot on the table. 2 to 1, 2.27. Well, you're going for the 3. Remember what you're going for, right? You're going for the 3. So maybe you take a partial here and let one run in case you get it. I mean, you mapped the whole thing out. You're expecting another low, so you're gonna take the whole thing here. Oh, see, I was scared. Scared money never profits. Can't be scared of it. You got to respect how quickly it takes, but you can't be scared of it. Let your stop protect you. Starbucks from Robin. Mescaline, very nice work. Very nice. Welcome aboard. I haven't seen you before. Glad you're in. Really nice work. Okay. Robin, I didn't think I've seen that handle before. I love it when we get fresh people in here, right? It makes it more interesting for me. As a, what am I, a teacher, educator? Oh, he's giving me Bitcoin. No, he wants Starbucks. How did I get this? Is that the right one? RB? No, it's not the right one. I got the wrong one here. Hang on. Copy limp. Let me try this again. RB. No, it's giving me. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Okay, let me try one more time here. Let me copy that. The link you gave me, Robin. Hopefully, I can just type in. Is this SBUX? Is this Starbucks? I can't remember what's their candle. Yeah, this. No, but we want this. Ooh, I like it already. Okay, so let me do this. Just sort of a palette my brain will function with. We're doing a 3-day. Well, let's go out to weekly. Here, we got to get some context. All right, so do we need to be in log scale? Yeah. Check the object tree on the daily for lower front. Good. Well, I like this already. I'd take that up. Let's go even. Oh, it looks like he drew that. That's why. Okay, so let me go. No, that's the Great Recession. Where's COVID? COVID's here. Okay, so we're going to go. Like it. He gave me this. A little funky there. A little bit. All right, that's a little bit of a stretch. Maybe call that a double. You know, I'm not such a purist. I wouldn't go with it. What's your alternate, right? You don't really have one. Good setup for the 3. I'd be oh fuck, that's locked. I'd be mindful of this. So you get a 3 here. It's already a little squishy there. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B. That looks like that's Al. Targets right now. If we go down here, right, this is going to start to look a little more ugly. E can overthrow, can underthrow, but you don't want that. That's going to, if you're going to hold the triangle, right? You want this is going to flat. You're going to want this one to at least have an upslope. So you got to consider that, right? That could blow up the analysis. So then he's got that as his 3 being for the 4. Okay, so let's, so what he was telling me, go to these, go to the tree here. So we got trade 1. I can't tell if he's short or not. Oh, here, let's go to the daily. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Oh, now I got his count. Okay, that's good. Okay, so 1, 2, hang on, let me get this out of here. Oh, that may be his. Look where we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, a little bit of a miss here. Oh, how did you get that? Let's see. Well, this is solid. Oh, well, you locked them. Okay, so this is solid here, right? Because this is a clean impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it just misses there. That had to be around, or yeah, that makes sense. So, man, you locked me on all of these. It barely gets there. Boy, that is funky. Let's see if we can make that work. Whoops. Oh, that's a little bit of a stretch. Well, it works, I guess, so we could get away with it. All of this liquidity grabbed, right, both times. One more example of why I would tell you single worst place to buy it on the chart. There's no worse place to buy it. There you go. Somebody bought it just like they did here and here. Right? Just don't be that guy. A, B, C. Okay, we're sitting in the golden from the low. Looks like they're pushing on that 65. So there's a good example of, okay, well, I want that reaction. I'm not going to buy it just because it's tagging the 65. That's a really unusual ending, but you're kind of stuck with it, aren't you? I'm down to a 2 hour. Let's go back to that 4. So the premise would be perhaps the E is in here. Again, E does not have to make that trend line. It could underthrow here. Yeah, I'd be waiting. You know, you got a big fat order block sitting above you. Right here, ideally, I'd want to get through this. So maybe I get here, come back, check it, and you get a 3. I don't know, they've been missing earnings, cutting stores, they're having some challenges. It's nice work, right? I'm not sure that I would do anything, right? The very best would be, you know, get something here if you really want to get in there. Stop running low, right? Now I know everybody's gonna have their stop there, right? The point is, right, if it's a good low, right, they won't be able to get it, right? Because if you do that, oh wait, oh no, can't be 1, 2. You want the one they can't get, and the risk is so much lower, right? Just that's the advantage of doing it that way. Well, what if they stop me out? Okay, well, what if they do? You can't survive that risk, right? Well, then you traded too much. You went too big. You know, anytime you're picking a turn like that, you don't have to go full boat on the first bite, right? Often it's okay. Let's nibble here. If I start to get a little, because remember, if you get a 1, 2, that has to subdivide as well. Because if I get the 1 and I get the 2, then my 3 has to give me an impulse. It's not optional, right? That must come, or your analysis is wrong, right? You're just the way you're seeing the market is wrong. If I get a 1, 2, I have to get an impulse for the 3. So, you know, I'm not going to look, perfect line drawing, but an impulse has to come from it for you to be able to look at this and go, oh, I see it. It's a 1, 2, right? Not optional. Once again, why if you're trading in our purple belt, that's the only thing we let you trade, 3s and Cs, right? Because you can define it. You can say, okay, if that's the 1, 2, well, I can trade that 3. And you could be more precise than that. You could trade the 3 of the 3. Right now, remember what I was saying before, right? You don't need to get the turns. You want the 3s. You want the 70% of the move, right? It's going to happen in the impulse. It's just in my opinion, it's a smarter way to do it. Because trust me, I've tried all the other ways. I've tried all the stupid ways. Tried them multiple times. If there was something better, that's what I would teach you. But, Elliott Wave, it's my grandfather's TA. Okay, how am I doing on time? Oh, fuck. 1:30. I had a couple on. I've got them all set up here. I'll just do these real quick. For our X viewers, I don't want to ignore them. This is the best looking of all of them. This is PENGU, but we'll get here last because that's the easiest one. This one, somebody asked for this on X. Good luck with that one. Zone CleanCore Solutions. That's just too much volatility for me to want to take a risk on that. Interesting, right? Though how it's all the imbalances are where you're seeing the reactions. You don't you don't really have an Elliott count here that's helpful to you. It may show up, but I would consider that a hard pass. Maybe if you get back down into this range, right? Some of this might, if this ends up being all right, if we do something like that, because this sure looks like a 3 right into the inverse fair value gap, something like that, I'd be interested down here for the monster rip. But are you calling that a 1? Can't really do it. I think that one's a pass until it needs to mature a little bit more. It's new. Well, it's not that new. So 24. Why? Unless you know something. Why would you? There's a technician to look at that and go, okay, maybe this is the correction. Maybe that's the ABC. That one I would, again, unless you have some insight into why they're going to be a success story, I'd pass on that one just as a technician. This one here, DeepBook, never heard of it. I went to the aggregator. Let's focus here. Well, right here's the range I'm in. I'm right in the middle of the range. What's my edge? What edge do I have here? Of course, leading question, you don't. You don't have an edge. So what are you doing? Oh, sorry, that's crypto. I can't get volume on that. Well, you can kind of, here's the big fair value gap here that now this has been all filled, fully mitigated. It's technically responding. Oh, you can probably see. Can you take that out? 04. No, you can't. Well, you can. That log is kind of a pain in the ass. What would you think? 1 WXY? Maybe it needs to go down a little further. Is it there? You could probably talk yourself into this. That's a pretty quick pump to take this long to correct. Again, if you have some insight into why they're going to be a success story, okay, well, I wouldn't be in there without a stop. Well, fuck, right? They're down 2 cents down here. Where can what can I do, right? Can I use some geometry to be helpful here? Is that helpful? Not really. That looks like that's too far for Al, right? It's a wick. It's wick only. So he's still active till you get down here. Actually, it looks like you'd have to do that as an ABC. Oh, come here. Trying to get that. Even that is a bit of a stretch. You're going to call that a diag. I can't say I love it. Again, another one, right? Okay, maybe, right? I'd keep an eye on it. But there's nothing here particular to say, oh. The best news there is that you had the liquidity sweep here, right? So, okay, but I don't get anything impulsive coming off of that. Not really. I got 3. I would just look at that and go, okay, well, I'm going to let that cook for a little bit longer and let me see what comes out of it. Potential. But is that really good enough to put money at risk? I'd say no. I'll tell you what is good enough to put money at risk. Third contender here. Now, first up, There's a reason this is my signature trade, right? I didn't make this up, right? It's Dr. Alan Andrews, right? I just added the fibs to it. When you get a corner pocket, we know we have odds, right? We have edge, right? We understand that? Everybody understand that? Right, I got 80% probability of getting there. Here's the 50. So we know an algo is involved. Where's the algo target? Boom. There's your 80%. It keeps going. I'm not saying, well, it's going to stop there. It goes to the second algo target. So, oh, God, does that, oh, maybe that'll fit in with an Elliott count. Well, let's see. Let's grab a fifth grader, see if he can label this. Is that hard? I think not. Could a fifth grader do it? Probably. Can you out trade a fifth grader? Often not, right? Because we as adults, we overcomplicate it. Fifth grader goes, what? That looks like a 5. You know, I don't know why he's got a southern accent, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Why would you not take that? Serious question. Is something you don't like there? Oh, I'm on Binance here, so I can pull some volume. Oh, yeah, let's do this. I might just start on the 3. All right, we can see where the high volume nodes are. Oh, look here. Oh, let's go down to a 1, see if there's anything that we can play off of in that 4. Don't love it. I'll probably start it here. This just looks to me like just consolidation. What's the, I can't remember, consolidation, good news, not bad news. Why? What's the one thing we know with certainty? The only thing we know with certainty in the market. From consolidation comes expansion. We got to start on something there? Maybe. 1, 2. Oh, I don't love it. That doesn't look great. Starting to shape up here. Maybe you tuck yourself into this. Oof. I'd like it better over here, right? Look at the 2, right? This would be too much for the 4, right? So I'd like it a little bit. Give me a little more. Pretty good looking impulse here. Where's the liquidity targets, right? Always look left. Where's the obvious? You think there's some stops there? Yeah, probably some stops there. Some stops up here. Oh, I'd use both of them. Yep, all those would be good targets. Is the 4 in? Boy, I sure would love it if it did this, right? If I could get it just a little bit down, right? Maybe sweep that low. Order block right here. This last little down. Can I get that? On the 2. At the 38. Where's the highest probability location for a wave 4? Between the 38 and the 23.6. Oh. Oh, don't lock on me here. Who buys it right here? I'm going to be kind and say the inexperienced. Right? You don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. I'm not saying that's not going higher. I'm saying that's a sphincter clenching. Oh shit. Oh God. I hope I didn't. No, you don't. That takes all the fun out of it. You don't want to be in that situation. Like, I kind of did something stupid there, but I don't want to take the loss, so I'm just going to see what happens. Just don't start there. But what if it goes? Oh shit. Well, what if it does? So we completed a 5. What would you anticipate? You know, maybe it's up here. Well, I missed all of that. Did you? Are you sure? Are you sure you missed it? Right? It's not going to retrace at all. You're not going to get another chance at that. Maybe not. You know, trading's hard, right? No guarantees. But odds are, right? This is change of character, break of structure. This would be a break of structure. You need a close above to really call it a break of structure. So you got nice channeling here. Don't chase. Oh, okay. Well, where was really the better? Did you buy it down here? Well, how would you have known, right? You didn't know that was coming. Did you buy the 4? Well, it doesn't look like that 4 is done to me. I'd rather wait for it over here. So I get here and try and get that. And if you miss it, you miss it, right? Okay, well, there's a 5. Odds are very high that's going to correct into 3. And where do they usually go? 50% of it, right? That would be a minimum target. So if it's up here, did you really miss anything? Did you really? Or did you just show some discipline? Okay, I'll wait for that thing. And if it keeps going, okay, well, let's get back out to the 8-hour. How far is that going to go, right? Well, you're dicking around here trying to get into the 1 with the 5th up here with target up here. You could lose 2-3 grand right in there fucking around because you're like, oh shit, I didn't want to miss it. I thought it was the 4. That's why I come back to where we started, bigger picture, right? This is a much easier way to trade. How can I say that? Because I've tried every other way. 60 minutes or above, right? Elliott's always going to be easier. The structure is going to be easier to spot. Stop placement, liquidity runs, it's all going to be easier. You get down to the 5 minute, it feels like, oh, well, I'm risking less because the moves are smaller. You'll get ground down like that. I know. Nobody wants to hear that. All right, well, I guess I don't know if I bummed you all out or not, right? Give me a break. I fucking had COVID for 4 days. All right, I'm going to wrap it there. Okay, guys, I hope you picked up a nugget or two, maybe got something to get on your watch list, right? That's always the idea. I'm here really, truly trying to help you, not tell you what's what. Okay, guys, hopefully I'm back on Friday. Okay, guys, have a good one. Thanks for the hangout, and we'll catch you next time. We always come over to our Discord if you want to dig in a little deeper into any of this, all right? TradeDevils.com.